So, greetings and salutations. This is Fabian Seh. I think this is episode 4, right? The fourth installment. And it's going to be a quickie, well, a quickie ish. And I'm doing this because it is Customer Service Week. It's being designated, it's been designated in Jamaica. And there was a lot of interesting running jokes and comments when I asked about this on Facebook. You know, the usual Lord customer service where somebody saying this customer service WEAK, because we get a lot of bad customer service. And we also tend to be, as human beings, complainers. We're much quicker to, exaggerate. Well, not exaggerate, talk about the negative. So I jokingly in my post on Facebook said, I'm not talking about bad service. In fact, maybe at a later thing, I'll do a little survey thing to get people to list for me the places they've had the worst customer service. And I will approach those places and offer to do customer service training for them. But this one is actually to big up and acknowledge places where I, more often than not, get really good service. Actually ranging from good to great service. So I'm celebrating the people who understand and get and are delivering great customer service. So I'm going to start with the folks who are good. And this is, for me, consistently or more often than not, they're delivering at an acceptable or above acceptable level. So I'm going to start with 2 taxi companies. The first is Gachpro. And Gachpro really came in and I think topped the taxi game in Jamaica. Well, in Kingston, because they only function in Kingston right now. And they really see themselves more as a transportation company. Unfortunately, and what's the selling points of Gachpro? One of the things is the drivers open the door for you. All the cars are AC'd. They're really well dressed, shirt and tie, very polite. So they're really, what I like about Gachpro is they're giving to regular, ordinary Jamaicans some of the kind of treatment, transportation-wise, that we tend to reserve for tourists. And I think that's awesome. I love that. I'm going to turn off the AC, which I forgot to do before I started. But hey, here we go. Yeah, I love that. Of course, it's kind of fallen off because I don't think they're monitoring the drivers as much. So some new people come in and get lax, or some of the people who have been in the system for a while can't bother again. So it's gotten very uneven. I admittedly don't get to take them as much anymore because since I moved from where I used to live, they don't have a lot of taxis in the new area where I live, so I don't use them as much. But really, generally, really good service, prompt. You can WhatsApp them as opposed to call, and the drivers make an effort, so they've ramped it up. Connected to my move as well, I've now gone back to my original taxi company of choice before Gachpro came on the scene, and that was El Shaddai. And I've gone back to El Shaddai. And El Shaddai, I have to give them their props, big them up, especially the ladies who work on the base. They're awesome, just like the ladies at Gachpro. But because I've been taking El Shaddai longer now, those are my ladies. They know you, they recognize your voice. There's a male who works on the base at El Shaddai as well, which is very unusual. And he's awesome. They know where you are, where you're usually going. They try and, push to get rides for you in times when it's hard to get a driver. So El Shaddai and Gachpro for me as taxi companies. Next on my list is a restaurant. And there's quite a few restaurants on this list because I like to eat out, usually by myself. Chez Maria. I like Chez Maria. Chez Maria has really nice service, really great food. The staff make an effort. Sometimes things take a little long. That's why they're not necessarily on my great list. And I also tend to cheat. So I usually go for the same waitress or waiters who I'm used to. But what I like about Chez Maria is that basically all the staff are actually really polite, approachable. So they're on my consistently good list and good food. Copycat is where I do almost all my printing. They do a lot of design work for me as well. And they are awesome. I have to big up Joanne Watt and her son Jonathan Watt, who are the managers and owners of Copycat. Amazing staff. Sometimes why they're not on my great list is, sometimes things get long, things get forgotten, they slip through the cracks. Yeah, but generally, I can shut my eyes on them, and I have to big up Kenny who is their I'm gonna call her their operations manager. I don't know if that's her title. But yeah, Copycat is next on my list. Then Cannonball, which is actually in the same plaza where Barbican Center, where Copycat is. Cannonball, that's my favorite Cannonball. I've been to a few of the others, don't particularly like them. But the ladies in Cannonball, the staff there are really, really awesome. And I have to big up the supervisor, Sherian, who is the bomb diggity. But yes, great. They remember what you ordered. I'm usually in there a lot. They make you feel at home and welcome if things don't go well. They add little special things when you're ordering stuff. So that's really, really nice. So Cannonball. Next, Knutsford Express. Now, one of the things I love about Knutsford Express is the way the business has been developed and improved. So I've been taking Knutsford Express from when they just start, when they have like 2 buses, when there were 6 people on the bus, when they weren't showing movies yet. But I really like the way young Mr. Townsend has developed and ramped up and improved the business for the customers. So they have a fleet of buses now. You get the water, there's a newspaper, they now have Wi-Fi, you can charge your phone. They've really, I think, gone out their way to make the customer comfortable and give you value for your money. And I also have to big them up because they've now built like some of their own spaces in where they used to be. So they've moved from the Ocean Jerk Center where they were before, and they're now at Taj Mahal. They've actually built a spot for themselves at the airport. They now stop by Glistening Waters as well. There's a constant effort to improve the business, and generally I find the staff are very polite. The drivers are good. They have very few accidents. So big up yourself, Knutsford Express. So this next batch of people I call are on my really, really good list, like close to being great. So I'm going to start with Tea Tree Creperie. Yes! Love Tea Tree Creperie. And if you're not necessarily into crepes, they have other food. But the staff are really, really awesome. Very polite, friendly, and consistently so. I have to big up the management and ownership, Quiz in particular, because they are one of the few places where they have as many or even more male waiters and servers and waiters than other places. And these young men, most of them are awesome personality, vibe, energy. They really remember what you order. They have personality, entertaining. So I have to big them up. Quiz, and you see me moving on screen because my list is on the computer and the computer screen just went black. So big up yourself, Quiz, and your team and your crew at Tea Tree Creperie. That's next on my list. And then Chilitos. Oh yes, Chilitos, awesomeness, awesome. So I have to big up young Chris Box and Craig Hammond, who are the young owners, proprietors of Chilitos, and they have really ramped up and improved the business, the new location. Very artsy, very funky, very engaging. They've ramped up the staff, customer service, attention to detail, the little trailer thing with the bar. Very, very nice. And it's really nice to see young entrepreneurs. So big up yourself, Chris and Mash, and your team and your staff there. There's one of my favorite servers there. His name starts with an R. Can't remember it coming. Oh, he's awesome, amazing, and brilliant. So Chilitos is next on my list. Then Fromage. Now, can we talk about the awesomeness that is Fromage? And for me, this is a double whammy for Fromage, because this is Fromage Marketplace and the Bistro. And the only reason why Fromage is not on my great list is that like the second to last time I was there, I had a really bad or off experience with the waitress who I had. But that's very unusual. But it stuck with me because there were several, missteps and errors that happened throughout the night. And so it's kind of thrown me. But generally, food quality, service, excellent, catering to your needs, a wide variety of things. I like the subtle tweaks in the menus in both spaces. So yeah, fromage, big up yourself. I think the next couple of trips I'll be there, you'll be back up in the great zone. But right now, you're on my really, really good list. So we're in my great list now. I mean, my great list is six places. Yes, in Jamaica. So, Shades of Africa. Shades of Africa is run by a wonderful, warm young lady by the name of Tanya Cameron. And Tanya is just awesome and lovely and supportive. She supports me, my group Tribes and Kofa, with discounts on costumes. She lends me things for photo shoots. Really, really supportive, but also great service, follow up, lovely team. And she's recently relocated to Holborn Road from where she was before. So Shades of Africa, lovely, lovely, lovely. Saffron Restaurant is next on my great list. Saffron is in Marketplace. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Attentive, polite, gracious staff. The gentlemen who own the place and the managers, you see them engaging with their staff. They always speak to their staff politely. They're very present. They're there. They help serve people. They help troubleshoot. So Saffron on my great list. Next, Pastry Passion. I have to be biased, and Pastry Passion, the only one I go to regularly, is the one on Hope Road beside TGI Friday. And Pastry Passion, lovely, lovely staff. I had the pleasure of doing a customer service training for them this year, actually on Labor Day. But I went and they were trying to fix some service issues, but their staff was already at a really high level. And so the training was great and went really, really well. But Pastry Passion, awesome, lovely, lovely, lovely. They've also, kind of expanding and reworking the decor and adding some things to their menu. Next, Shelly's Cafe at UTech. Shelly, Pocket Rocket, big up yourself. Lovely decor, very quaint, great use of space. Again, very polite, gracious staff, timely service, an effort to make customers welcome and comfortable consistently. And I think that's really, really nice. I mean, the one challenge I have with it is sometimes the students in there and they just kind of act like them own the place and they're loud. But otherwise, the staff, awesome, excellent. Second on my list is Uncorked. And Uncorked, again, wow, just lovely, kind of quaint, simple decor. The inside is a little tight. The one at Sovereign North in terms of space-wise, like the tables are really close and stuff. So sometimes as, a big body guy in there, sometimes you kind of feel like, oh, I'm going to knock something over, I'm going to tip over some wine. But staff, the service, exceptional. And so Uncorked, big up yourself, and also great quality for money. It's not cheap, but really, really worth it when you treat yourself. Number one on my customer service list, and this is my favorite company, Jamaican company, to do business with. And on my list on Facebook, I say them out in front like you saying, JMB, Jamaica Money Market Brokers. Let me tell you something. Attention to detail. One of the great things about JMB, and when you experience it, you can feel it if you pay attention as a customer. This is their being. This is their culture. It's not put on. Staff are put through rigorous training to understand who they are. JMB's attention to detail, making the customer comfortable. You can request checks online and get them within an hour. They now have they're now a bank. You can request your checks and collect it in a different parish. When you get there, people are expecting you. The checks are ready. If you have to wait, they apologize. I originally opened my first account with JMB when I was living in Montego Bay, and I still use that as my main point of contact, even though I'm still in Kingston. And have to big up Cheryl Brown and Tracy Ann Myrie. They respond promptly, and when they don't, they apologize because sometimes I have to raise them up. But usually their turnaround time is like a day. And sometimes if Cheryl takes 2 days to answer, she's apologizing. But my number one Jamaican company, and again, my favorite company to do business with, is JMB. Big up yourself. So that's my good to great customer service list here in Jamaica. Big up yourself. And like I said, we're going to probably do a thing about bad customer service. And my goal is I'm going to approach those folks and say, look, let me come start out your staff and your management and supervisors. Because I believe that if your staff are giving consistently or really bad service, that's a reflection on who running the place. So big up on yourself. This is Fabian Seh. Look out for more posts soon. Peace and love.